Hey, socialites, welcome back to the Social Studies Podcast with me, Joe Dombrowski.
And me, Gaspare Randazzo.
This weekend on Thursday, I'm going to be in Long Island at Governor's Comedy Club, and then I'm going to be in Hartford at Hartford Funny Bone in Hartford, Connecticut. Then I'm going on a cruise, doing some comedy there, and then I'm going to be in Toronto, Madison, Wisconsin, Des Moines, St. Louis, Springfield, those makeup shows from when I had to take off, Lexington. There's a bunch of Omaha, Brea, Raleigh, Boston, Denver. We're adding. Eugene, Oregon. Come on. Get your tickets at thejoedombrowski.com.
And I will be in Portland this weekend. That's Portland, Oregon, Naples, Florida, Boston, Massachusetts, Staten Island, Philadelphia, West Hartford, Connecticut, Tulsa, Oklahoma, Plano, Texas, Atlanta, Georgia, Long Island, Los Angeles, Sacramento, Point Pleasant, New Jersey, Seattle, Washington, and Chicago, Illinois. Get your tickets at GaspareRandazzo.com. Are you proud of me that I said Illinois?
I am, but I'm not proud of you because I don't know what is what is the chemical imbalance inside you that you can't say fucking Tulsa?
Tulsa?
Why did you say Tulsa again?
Because I'm so conscious now of you, so that now it's screwing me up.
So you're so conscious of me telling you to say it right that you're saying it wrong?
No,
go to therapy.
Tulsa. Joe,
again, wrong.
Thoughts on my shirt today?
Thank God he's wearing something different. Jesus Christ.
You wish I wore something. I only wear black and grays and whites shirts.
Oh, so well, welcome to spring, Gaspare. You fit right in.
No, this is, I got made fun of all day. The kids were like, what time is the job site?
Because you wore a color?
No, the kids are like, what time you have to report to your job? They thought I was a construction worker. Then they were
insane.
like, yo, there's a pothole on Highland Boulevard. We need you to get over there and fix it.
That's funny. Okay, we do have an emergency.
Oh.
We got an emergency message on Patreon. Patreon.com/the Social Studies Podcast. Did you guys want to be there? Here we go. Joe and Gaspare. It was labeled time sensitive.
Ooh.
Joe and Gaspare, I need your opinions on something. Our friend Rachel is due with a baby at the end of April. She has decided to name her baby Mia, and her last name starts with a D. She is still undecided on the middle name of the baby. However, she's been trying to come up with something meaningful and also relates to families. Someone came up with the middle name of Ray, R-A-E, which is kind of short for Rachel and also has the meaning of light, which was her mom's name. We realized, though, that if she names the baby Ray with the middle name, the initials of this baby will be Mia Ray, her last name with the D. So the full initials will be M-R-D, just like Mr. D. So perfect, right?
Wow.
She's not fully convinced, though. Other options would include Marie, Grace, Elizabeth. What do you think would be best? We're huge fans of the podcast and at your shows when you're local. Thanks for keeping us laughing. And yes, you can use our names, Kelsey, Emily, Rachel. First things first, you have to go through all these middle name options. So the R and D, first letter R, last letter D. So if it was Marie, it'd be RMD. Personally, I hate it. If it was Elizabeth, it would be RED, red. I don't think you should do that. And if it's Grace, it would be RGD, which I also think that's stupid. So the only logical thing for you to do is to middle name it Ray and have the initials be Mr. D, obviously. And it's great because if the child is what?
I've never put any thought into initials ever. Is that something people think about?
Yeah, my cousin's initials are literally LSD, like the drug.
Was that done on purpose?
I'm going to say no, but I don't think it's out of the question.
What am I, GCR? Oh yeah, I used to think like GCR was like a race car thing.
Dude, GCR is cool as hell. That's like, it just sounds good. If I was you, I'd be like signing everything GCR. Like if you were a musician, GCR would be so cool. Like I can't believe GCR wasn't your main MySpace name.
No, it was Cap America 11.
I thought it was Bronx Eagle.
That's right. I forgot. It was Bronx. You have a good memory there. It was Bronx Eagle 11 was my first, then Cap America 11.
Dude,
When I wanted.
GCR, I'm so jealous.
What are you, Jay?
I'm
I
not
forgot your
saying.
middle name. Oh, I know it.
I'm not saying. Someone caught my middle name one time and then like only refers to me as that and like referred to me as like my first, middle, and last full names. Like not even Joe. It was like Joseph, my full middle name, and then my full last name. And they addressed me as that in a meet and greet. And I was just kind of like, I see what you're doing. You're trying to create some sort of like relationship here. But I was like, I don't know what it is, but this is just really making me uncomfortable.
And then they started saying, oh, they're like 0, 1, 4. It's your social.
I said it on stage the other day. This person, I was asking something, I was crowd working and I was asking someone something very personal. And I was like, we should probably start with names. I'm Joe. And then they said their name. And I go, okay. And social security number and blood type. I don't know. Just being stupid. They were like, what? Oh my God. I do have to tell you something. I had the best crowd work that I've had in a long time. Do you remember when you and I were in Rhode Island and I did like this amazing crowd work?
Fire thing.
You guys, the life of comedy, right? So you can't post your material too soon because you'll burn it.
Burn it, meaning like you can't use it again.
You post a crowd work clip and maybe that'll do well and blah, blah, blah. It's a double-edged sword. I personally think that the world is quickly getting over crowd work stuff. However, I do want to keep posting. However, I don't want to beat a dead horse. So if I'm going to post a crowd work thing, it's got to be quality. So sometimes you'll do crowd work at a show you're not filming at, and you'll just totally screw yourself because you didn't get it. Like I called on a rather attractive fireman when we were in Rhode Island. And instead of responding to that, I picked a candle up off the table and waved it under a fire detector, smoke detector. It didn't go off, thank God. But it would have made a really funny clip, and it was funny. Gaspare, I was crowd working. There was a row of gay guys. It was a couple, 2 gay guys by themselves, and 1 gay guy by himself. Okay, talking to him about being gay. The 2 couples did, the 2 friends did, and then the 1 guy did. They did not know each other.
Okay.
At the very end of the show, the 2 guys in the middle told me they're not gay. Their wives were just too scared to sit in front. So their wives were like 4 tables behind. And I was like, you've got to be kidding me. And they just looked gay, sitting there with their like hair done and their shirts, like collared shirts. That I was just like, and I was in like Indianapolis and like all the gays look like they, ride a Ford F-150. So it didn't put me out. Like I wasn't surprised.
Yeah.
And then it just turns out at the end they were not gay. I was like, fuck.
And what they say, hey, just want to give you a heads up. We're actually not
No,
gay.
I like asked, I don't remember what it was, but I asked them something very specific and they're like, no, actually we're like not gay. And I was like, you just went along with this the entire time because you were too scared to like see what would happen. And then here I am looking like an ass. Yeah.
So this weekend I went to the theater that I'm doing that show in. Did you see the video I posted of it?
I did see that. It's beautiful.
So, gorgeous. Yeah. So they tell me, they were like, hey, you could come and film a promo video. So I was like, okay, cool. So I get to the theater and then they go, we have an 80s show tonight. And like all these bands from the 80s are going to be there. Like all this house music from the 80s. And they were like, all the bands are doing sound check. I was like, oh, you told me to come here to film a promo. So they were like, yeah, just try your best. So I would be sitting there and I'm like, hey guys, so on June 7th, and then all of a sudden you'd hear, show me you really love. And they're like, can
Don't you know those people?
Yeah. My friend is the singer.
Was she in it?
Band. She's in it, yeah. And,
so she was there.
She was there, yeah. So they're just mic checking, or like the DJ, like I'd be like sitting there and then the DJ would be like, waka, waka, waka. And then he'd be like, yo, get this, we need that speaker louder. And I was like, yeah, I'm not going to be able to film a promo guys, you're
So
like
that's why
really
you did a
loud.
voiceover thing.
So then I had to just mute the whole thing and then the best is the theater's like, if you want, we have offices that are quiet. I'm like, I don't want to
Why
be
would
in
you
an
film in
office.
an office?
I could just go home. Yeah. So, but it was cool. The theater is gorgeous. I'm looking around. I'm like, I don't know how I'm going to fill 2,000 people here, but I'm like at about
Off to a good start.
550.
Off to a great
Yeah.
start. Also, by the
So
way, what was
please come.
you standing at the urinal? Like, when did that come across
I,
that it was a good idea?
I just needed silence. There was the only place that was quiet. So I was like,
I
oh,
could
I was like,
tell. I was like looking. I was with Jeff actually, and we were watching your video together, and it was this moment, you guys. It's like Gaspare. The video's fine. He's walking through this beautiful theater, and the voiceover is all about like, I'm playing this theater, and I can't believe it, and like, it's so big. I can't believe we're gonna sell all these seats, right? And then it cuts, and he's standing at the urinal, cock in
I was
a
zipped
shirt.
up.
And then he like turns to the camera, and then for whatever reason, his shirt changes. I don't know why. It
Because
did.
if you listen to it, I'm saying, what shirt should I wear? This one or this one?
Sure. But then you go back to the urinal, cock in, and just stand there. And then he like turns back to the camera, which we all know is his phone, and gives us this little like smirk, which if you go back and watch the video, if you know Gaspare Randazzo like for real, you know this little look that he gives the camera actually means, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I literally looked at your face and I'm like, this motherfucker's shooting at the hip on this thing again.
But it had you talking about it, and it had someone else at work was like, yo, the thing with the urinal, I just don't get.
And then Jeff and I even said that too. We're like, the urinal bit's actually not, it's actually good, because people be like, what the hell? Was it your thumbnail, you at the urinal?
No. But then my
You should
brother's
try it.
like, it's very on brand. He's like, the video makes no sense. So it's very on brand for you because it looks like you are literally just walking around filming in random places where you can put your camera.
And then too, it's like, if you're watching the video, do you know what's happening? You know, Gaspare just like set it in a corner on a wall and on the floor. She just walked by, and I know you were like, I don't know what this part's gonna be for, but I'm gonna film me walking down this hallway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then I added it all later. Dude, it was very hard because like I had all this music playing.
So hard.
So my vision was completely different. I was going to be there. I thought it was going to be silent. I was going to talk, you know? That was it. And then I wasn't able to do that. So I had to wing it. I thought it was fine. I'm
Very
fine.
in the spirit of you.
Very
in the spirit of you.
All right. Let me tell you something, though, more important.
Yeah. What was up at Chuck E. Cheese?
Yeah, that's what I was going to tell you. So the next morning,
I saw you were there. Also, that rat race thing that Lucy was running around in. I think I want one of those for my house.
Dude, let me backtrack 1 second. The party, Lucy had a birthday party at 9:00 in the morning at Chuck E. Cheese.
Absolutely not. Are you insane?
Good. Agreed.
Who planned this shit?
Well, not us. We went to it. We didn't, it wasn't our party. So
yeah.
The birthday party starts at 9:00 in the morning. Have you ever been to Chuck E. Cheese?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I don't know how you feel about Chuck E. Cheese, but like, it's like not, like in New York, I feel like we don't go to Chuck E. Cheese. I don't know. Is that like a popular Midwestern place?
Yeah. 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 It's just
Also,
bad pizza and like a bunch of kids games and then like animatronics who sing you a song or some shit. Right?
Well, a few things. Number one, first off, side note, did you know that majority of the kale production in America through the 90s was at the Pizza Hut salad bar?
I do. And it actually wasn't even to eat, right? It was just like decoration around the cottage cheese or whatever. Yeah, I do remember that. Because I remember when I introduced my mom to kale, she was like, this isn't for eating. This is for that. I was like, you would think, but it's actually a superfood. And then she ate it. She's like, and every time I bring up kale, she goes, it's scratchy down your throat. Why would you eat this? I'm like, but people are not eating kale right. Kale's
because
great.
it's got like those sharp edges to it.
If you eat that curly, crispy kale, eat some Tuscan kale. It's great. And cook it correctly. Even better.
Wait, what's the one that they sell at Pizza Hut?
Not Tuscan kale.
I don't know about you guys, but I like keeping my money where I can see it. Unfortunately, these traditional big wireless carriers also seem to like to keep my money too. And after years of overpaying for wireless, I finally got fed up with those crazy iWireless bills, these bogus fees, and all the free perks that actually cost more in the long run. And I switched to Mint Mobile. The thing is, they promise all this stuff, these big wireless carriers, and then you sign on with them and everything seems good. And then all of a sudden you get the bill and you're like, this isn't what I thought. It kind of changes like month to month. That's how I feel. But with Mint Mobile, they are now here to rescue you because they have plans starting at $15 per month. And it comes with high-speed data, unlimited talk and text, and it's on the nation's largest 5G network. The best part, you can use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan. Bring your phone number, all your contacts, and all that good stuff. So ditch overpriced wireless and get 3 months of premium wireless service from Mint Mobile for $15 per month. If you like your money, Mint Mobile is for you. Shop plans at mintmobile.com/social studies. That's mintmobile.com/social studies. Upfront payment of $45 for 3 months, 5 gigabyte plan required, equivalent to $15 a month. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See Mint Mobile for details.
Hello. As you guys know, we are obsessed with Hero Bread over here on this podcast. Honestly, Gaspare, I think it's the only bread I've eaten for the past month. With Hero Bread, you can focus on your health goals and still indulge in the soft, fluffy experience of you living and loving a guilt-free bread-eating life. It's just like any other bread. You can enjoy it with on a breakfast sandwich, a bagel, meal prep your enchiladas with this, or the buttery rolls. You can use them for dinner. They're great. Trust me, you're going to love them. They're ultra low carb, 0 grams of sugar, and they're high in fiber. Listen, I was skeptical about Hero Bread, and then I made a breakfast bagel using Hero Bread. Not gonna lie to you, it's a soft bagel. I didn't think I was gonna be into it. I love it. I've had a Hero Bread breakfast bagel for the past 2 weeks, and I am not turning back. On top of that, too, I'm using some of their tortillas for a little breakfast, a breakfast burrito, if you will. Fantastic, love it. Easy meal prep, and I'm feeling good about it with all that ultra low net carb and 0 grams of sugar, and it's nice and high in fiber, which I love. You guys, trust me, no compromises, just flavor. That's ultra low net carb, 0 grams of sugar, and it's high in fiber. So all your favorite recipes are covered, even if you're switching over to Hero Bread, which you do want to do. We love Hero Bread over here, and we want you to enjoy it too. So Hero Bread is offering 10% off your order when you go to hero.co and use code SOCIAL at checkout. That's social, SOCIAL, at HERO.CO.
Okay, so I get to the party. It's 9 o'clock in the morning. All right, the games are whatever. The party's fine. At 9:30, all of a sudden, they bring out pizza. So I'm like, it's 9:30 in the morning on a Sunday.
Yeah.
So,
Why are you surprised about that, though?
I ate the whole
don't act
pie.
like you don't eat pizza at 9 o'clock in the
Dude,
morning.
I ate the pie. I had a whole pie. I legit ate a full pie of pizza from the pizza rat himself. So I'm eating the pizza, whatever. Then it was fine, but they had this rat wheel, right? A hamster wheel.
Dude, that needs to be in every kindergarten class in the world.
Joe, you put your legs on it and you had to run. And every basically step you ran, it rang up a score. And there was the high score of the day, right? So I got on it and I was like, I'm running. Dude, I ran 276 steps on it. All of a sudden, I noticed kids coming around it. They were like, that score is impossible. How's anyone going to beat that? Which kid ran that? And they were all looking around. It was me. I was just flexing in the corner. I don't give a damn. I wanted to go back at night to see if my score was still there. It was so cool. You just ran and ran and ran, and it just kept spinning.
I think I do have a second thought, though, on that birthday party time. I would rather my kid get invited to a super early birthday party like that, especially on a Sunday, than like start my day and then have to go to a birthday party and come back and end it. Like getting it over with, boom, first thing in the morning, coming back for lunch. That's great, right? Was it great?
So that's kind of what the parents said. They were like, your day, like, and then it's like you did your activity of the day. Like you just got it out of the way. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
usually like
yeah,
you try to do something with your kids every day. So it's like, oh, we did our activity for the day. And I was
yeah,
home by 11:30 and I was like, whoa,
yeah,
I like did laundry. I still like did everything I needed to do. It was kind of great.
yeah, yeah. I love that. I actually like that
Um,
on second
yeah,
thought. I
so
got
it,
into my
it
the
was,
asshole if you want to go through it.
oh, I do, but I also wanted to tell you one thing.
Yeah, tell me.
I I also took Gasper to Dave and Buster's for his birthday.
Oh, cool.
So
Also,
rather
quick
than
question. Is it difficult having both your kids' birthdays so close to each other, or do you like getting it
yes,
over with?
torture because it was just 2 straight weeks of things. Like
Yeah.
Lucy's birthday was on the Monday, so we had the family party Monday. Then she had her birthday party on Saturday with the actual birthday, party with her friends. Then the following Monday was Gasper's birthday. Then we had his birthday the following Saturday, the party. It's just like a super expensive 2 weeks. Like, nothing's cheap. Like on the day of her birthday, Lucy was like, "Can we have Applebee's?" Okay, so now we're at Applebee's. Then we got Carvel. Then her actual
What's
birthday
that?
party. Carvel?
Not a clue. Not a
You're
clue.
not, you're kidding.
Based off of you talking like this, it's some kind of food?
Carvel?
not,
Ice
a,
cream?
not a clue.
It's
Carvele?
Carvel?
Not.
Carvel. You never had a Fudgy the Whale ice cream cake?
I've never heard of this. I just Googled it. No clue what this is.
Where do you get your ice cream cakes from?
Dairy
Baskin
Queen.
Robbins? Dairy
Dairy
Queen doesn't sell
Queen
ice cream cake?
sure did. Yeah. We had a Dairy Queen on
No,
my corner growing up, and that's where you'd get your ice cream cake. You can get an ice cream
no,
cake
we
from Dairy Queen. You can get from Cold Stone, which is bougie. You can get one from
no,
Salt and
no, no,
Straw,
no.
which is a place here, which is
Never
bougie.
heard of it.
But I never heard of Carvel. It must be an East Coast thing.
I've never in my life thought of going. Dairy Queen has soft serve ice cream on the side of a highway. That's all they're good for.
Dairy Queen growing up was like you would go there and it was like guaranteed that you ran into people there always. And
Never
then
been to one in my
we would
life.
walk with our friends, and then they had a freezer that you could like walk up to and you could like buy dilly pops by the box, but also they had ice cream cakes in there ready to go.
No, Carvel
And they
is
were
like the
good as
most
hell. And they
famous
they
ice
looked
cream
just like
place in
these
the world.
they looked like these Carvel ones. They looked exactly like these
Where
Carvel ones.
where are you saying you never saw it?
Never saw
Detroit?
what? Carvel?
Carvel.
Where have I
Yeah.
never saw it in my whole life? This is the first time I'm ever
There's
seeing this
four
logo ever. Ever.
there's four Carvel locations in Michigan. That's it.
With the pink awning and shit. I've never seen it. I've never seen it. And also, when were those Carvels in it? Where are they in Michigan?
Michigan, Bircherville,
No.
Canton,
Say them right because
and
I don't know what you're
Dearborn.
saying.
Michigan,
Okay. Yeah.
Birch,
Canton. I know where that's.
Birchville.
Nowhere
Oh
are
shit.
these.
Canton and Dearborn. Oh, Dearborn is the place with the largest Muslim population in the country, right?
Yeah, and the Henry Ford Museum that I wanted to take you to. Okay, so here's
Yeah.
why. Didn't spend a lot of time in Canton, like at all. Dearborn is where my mom grew up, and my uncles and aunts are from there. I was go there, but we would never go to. I had never seen Carvel. I don't even know when it was put there. Roseville. I don't know who's hanging out in Roseville, and then Birchville is like basically in the thumb, which who the hell's going there? Maybe on your way to Lexington or something. But
Oh,
no
oh,
Carvel for me.
I cannot believe that's like such a staple. Lucy got a Carvel gift card for her
Mm-mm.
birthday.
That's hilarious. I literally learned
That's
about it just now.
Did you ever hear of Dave and Buster's?
Of course.
Well, I thought Carvel was like a sure thing.
They put a Dave.
I'm
I remember I
blown
knew
away
Dave and
right now.
Buster's because my uncle, we always grew up going to see my uncle in Chicago, and there was a Dave and Buster's in Chicago, and all my cousins and I, when we were little, we would go to Dave and Buster's in Chicago. I thought it was only there. And then they built a Dave and Buster's like 10 minutes from my house. And that was like the most exciting thing in the world.
Okay.
I was literally a Dave and Buster's addict. I'm surprised my parents didn't put me in like gambling therapy.
I never like
rehab.
went as like for fun as a person.
Well,
Like
one
I've
time.
only taken my kids.
Yeah, I've only gone as a kid. One time, a friend invited me to go, like in my adult life, like in my 20s. And I remember being like, I'm not that type of bitch. I'm not that type of person. Like, I'm not going. Just, it was like the same sentiment I felt about Disney World. I'm not going with a group of peers without a purpose to this. If it was a fundraiser, sure. If we had children, absolutely. If it was I'm not going with you guys to Dave and Buster's because this is repressed youth energy and I will not be a part of it.
But like on a Friday
I'm
night,
hot talking about it. No.
On a Friday night, are people like our age in Dave and Buster's?
If they are, I don't know what we need to get them. We need to use the rhinoceros gun that Morgan and I bought. We need to capture them and put them in psychotherapy.
Wait, this girl I work with, she's young. She's 25. She went
too old.
Okay, listen,
I hope she's listening. You're too old to be doing this. You need to get another hobby. If you would like to work at True Warrior Jewelry, I'll get you a part-time job. But what you're not going to do is go to Dave and Buster's as a 25-year-old. Get it together.
26. So she actually went on a date there. She was talking to this guy on Binge.
God.
And the guy's like, or whatever.
Please make sure she hears this episode. No. Wrong. I don't know whose idea it was, but it was the wrong idea. And if you're going on a first date and it wasn't your idea, run for the hills, girl. Molly, you're in danger, girl. Get out. The flags are waving and the flags are red.
No, so
I'm pissed.
Basically, the guy was like, hey, I'd love to get to know you better. Let's go to Dave and Buster's. And it was a Tuesday.
I would say, I would love to get to get to know you better too. Let's go to Nowhere's Town.
So
because you offered Dave and Buster's. Swipe the other way.
She went to Dave and Buster's with him. And she said it was a terrible date. And then wait, listen. And then at the end, he was like, I'd love to see you again. And she was like, yeah, all right, well, maybe we'll see. But like, she said it was like not fun for either of them. And she thought like he felt the same way. Like the vibe was mutual. Like, we're not enjoying this. And then she wouldn't answer his text messages because it was just whatever. And he said, you need to call me right now in all capitals.
Hell no.
And she just blocked him on everything. She's like, I don't even know you. I'm not calling you. Like, she was like, it was like 2 days later. And he's like, you need to call me right now in all caps.
Okay, as much as I was just an asshole about that, which I was, I'll take responsibility.
I would go to Dan Buster's. I'll take you.
I do have to get the hell out of here. Don't you ever.
We would have fun.
Don't you ever. Okay? You'll take me out for a nice dinner first. Listen.
Don't eat the wings there. But go ahead.
Let me tell you, I take it back a little bit. I don't always want to yuck someone's yum. It's my yuck. But if that's your yum and you find someone else that's also your yum, good on you. I am judging you. However, if that's for you, you do it. Can I tell you some shit?
Yeah, it's about Dave and Buster's.
No.
Good.
It's about adults doing adult things. This weekend, I was in...
Like busting on Dave.
India.
All right, Dave and Buster's.
How did it just come to you, or were you holding it in?
No, I just thought of it when you said adult things.
This
Yeah,
weekend, I was in Indianapolis, Indiana. How was your time in Indy, by the way? You had a quick turnaround, but how was it?
I went to Shake and Shits, whatever that place is called. That's famous apparently. Shake Shit.
Shake Shack?
No, Shakes, Steaks and Shakes.
Hmm. Steak and
It's
Shake.
like
Okay, yeah, Steak and Shake.
famous. Yeah. And it's right across the street from the hotel. You're at Helium, right?
Yeah. What hotel did you
Yeah.
stay at? The
Uh,
Westin?
yeah. You
Yeah,
too?
no, I didn't. No.
Oh. So, well, whatever. But I ate at that restaurant and then honestly, like I did the show. We went out like that place right next door. There's like a little bar club
Hmm.
and then
Hmm.
drove to Chicago in the morning.
Got it.
So early.
I had
So I didn't have,
I had a long weekend there. I got in on Thursday and I was there until Sunday morning I left. So I had a nice little experience.
did Jeff
Uh,
come to Indy?
it just so happened that Jeff's work had him transferred to Indy the week of my show. So we hung out. He was there Thursday and Friday with me, which was
That's
great.
cool.
I have to tell you, I was not expecting it, but I do fuck with Indianapolis. I fuck with it heavy, actually. I think it's because I'm Midwestern. I don't know if it gets more Midwestern than Indianapolis, Indiana, home of the chain restaurant. You would thrive there. Trust me. It's just truly a
I didn't leave
beacon
that
of
area.
joy. Yeah, no, why would you? I don't know. But
Oh,
I actually did leave the area. Here's the story. So Jeff and I go to the bar. We went to this gay bar called Metro. The first night. Back this up. Sorry. I get done with my Thursday show. Jeff made us a reservation at this very well-known steakhouse in Indy called St. Elmos.
oh
And
yeah, I've
St.
seen it.
Elmo's slid in my DMs. The tourism board left like a reservation for us with a gift card or whatever. And so I'm like, hell yeah, we're going. And every time they're like, world famous shrimp cocktail, world famous shrimp cocktail. It's like on this neon sign glowing from the steakhouse when you go there. Also, the most Midwestern shit, walk around downtown Indianapolis. If you miss a steakhouse, you're the problem. There's two
Everywhere.
steakhouses on every corner.
Yeah.
So just meat and potatoes. So we go to St. Elmo's. I'm like, first of all, she hypes up the shrimp cocktail, tells us the rest about the menu, and then she goes, shrimp cocktail, yes or no? Just like that. It's like, yes.
Is shrimp cocktail a drink or a meal?
It's an appetizer. It's a food.
Oh,
So it's
shrimp. That's the one, the shrimp. It's in a glass of tomato sauce.
yeah. So that
Okay,
the tomato sauce would be like
I
the
don't
cocktail
drink.
sauce.
Yeah.
So
I don't eat
what
them.
does it have to do with drinking? Oh yeah, you
No,
don't
I
eat
said
seafood.
I don't
really.
eat shrimp, so I don't know. Yeah,
Right.
seafood.
Or drink, so you wouldn't eat shrimp cocktail. Anyway, so we get the shrimp cocktail. It's got the cocktail. It's like layered. It's like shrimp cocktail sauce. It's like they should call it shrimp parfait. There was so much cocktail sauce on the shrimp, and it was chunky, which I never had before. And she tried to warn me. She's like, it's very horseradishy. I'm like, yeah. I love horseradish. Gaspare. This was so strong. They might as well have called it Indiana's heirloom Vicks vapor rub. It'll open your, like, you don't ever need to do cocaine again. It'll just clear out your sinuses. I think I ate one and got a deviated septum. I took a bite and I was like, what's that smell? It's breakfast from 3 days ago. It was so intense. It was double rainbow so intense. Couldn't handle it.
Was it
okay?
good or just intense?
Here's the thing. Anybody who says it's good is lying. Do you know when something's so bad that it's amazing and it's good? It's like rough sex. Like it hurts. It's horrible, but you like want it. Like I couldn't stop eating it, but it was like straight up painful.
When I eat buffalo wings, sometimes if they're too hot, I get that feeling. Like
it was like that, but I was like,
and I know I'm
just
gonna be in pain.
want it. Yeah, and I like took a bite and I was like, when's that horseradish gonna set in again? Oh, there it is. Like it was was like
snorting
that.
It.
Oh, I might as well have is what it felt like. I might as well. It was so horseradishy. I think it was gonna die. It didn't help that I watched Medical Mysteries not long before I went there and watched a woman die from eating too much horseradish. Anyway,
That's a
so then
medical anomaly.
so then Jeff and I go to this gay bar called Metro. It's great. It's fine. It's karaoke. That's not really my scene. Start chatting it up at one of the like a co-owner. Meet this guy. He's cool. He's like, "Do you guys want to go to another bar?" I'm thinking we're walking down the street. We're getting in this man's car. I'm like, what could go wrong, Gaspare? Getting a man's truck with your friend that you just
Well,
met, claims to be
it's
an
you
owner of a
and
bar. He's
him.
taking you to another bar. He's taking us
Yeah, no,
if
that
Jeff
I
wasn't
wouldn't
there, I
have
wouldn't have done it.
Why would an owner
Yeah.
of a bar take you to another bar? Unless he owns both.
Great question. It just, I don't know. I think he knew it wasn't the vibe for me. I think he knew.
Okay. Did he know who you were?
On our way to the other bar called Greg's, apostrophe after the S, by the way, which is a gay bar called Greg's with the apostrophe after the S. If the apostrophe was before the S, Gaspare, it would mean Greg's bar. Greg owns the bar. However, the apostrophe is after the S, so it's not Greg's bar. It's a bar full of Greg's. And that is amazing. Okay?
Is that what he told you?
No, I put that together on my own. I'm not you. So, so then we go. On our way there, he said, "Have you watched the documentary on Hulu about this bar right now?" I'm like, "No." We're in this man's car, and he tells us about the Foxhole murder, something like Fox Hollow murders. It's a documentary on Hulu. This guy in Indy was scooping up gay guys from Greg's and the other bar that we were just at, taking them home and murdering them. And it was the 90s, so the cops didn't care because one, it was just gay guys, and two, they were probably had AIDS, so they didn't want to touch them. So they just let it happen. This guy killed like they said that they can't actually get the amount of how many men he killed because it's like too high. And then this guy's telling us this on the way there. Jeff and I are holding on to the
door.
The handles of the doors were like, "Just get us to Greg's." I was flipping out.
Was he telling you to be funny, or was he like, "Hey, this is a crazy story about this"?
That. And we're like, probably the wrong time. Probably not the right time for you to tell us.
Yeah,
but
tell us
you
when
could
we
have
get
waited till we
there.
got there. Yeah, so we go to Greg's.
Was he nice, the guy, or was he a murderer?
So nice. The coolest. Like, we went out with him again. He came to the show again. Gaspare, I walked into this bar, and this is what I love about a big little city, or just a little city. If I go to the gay bar, there's going to be fans there. Walked in, pissed that they didn't know that I was coming to town, which I will be talking to the clubs in the future. We got to be advertising in the local gay bars. That's the end. But I must have slung so many tickets because people were like, "Holy shit, you're here." And then other people were like, "Who are you?" And I was like, "Come to the show." And then I like moved a bunch of tickets from people who came to the show. I'm like, hell yeah. Gaspare, because of that, to say I was shit-faced is an understatement. I was drunk. I drank all of Indiana's liquor that night. I don't know what they put in it, but based on the demographic, I think it's safe to say fentanyl. And I just had a fantastic evening. Had to do morning radio the next day. I think I was still drunk, but I killed it. Moved a bunch of tickets on that too. Had the time of my life. Cannot wait. Also, I do, if you're listening, Greg's, I would like to go into business with you. I think we need to make merch that said, "I survived Greg's." I don't know if it's insensitive, but I do think we're sitting on a gold mine. If you're not going to do it, I'm going to do it. Just throwing it out there. That's why I love being a comedian. Shit like this happens in the most unexpected places, and you're just like, I love my life. I love my life. Yeah, it's really hard to be away from your family. It's really hard to live out of a suitcase. But sometimes you just meet down-ass people who are just so fucking cool. And I loved it. I had the best weekend. Shout out to Indy. Can't wait to come back.
Well, you know what's funny? Like, it's like you always like hear all these stories. Like, people are always like, "Don't talk to people after a show. Don't do," like, it's like this, not don't talk to people after a show, but you know what I mean? Like, But then you have to like, I always take a step back and try to think like, there are really nice people in the world. Like, I'm a nice person. Like, if I met somebody, I wouldn't murder them. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh, yeah.
like, don't you always think that way? Like, when we meet somebody, like, our initial reaction is like, oh, I'm going to get killed. And then it's like, why
Yeah.
am I going to get killed? Like, I wouldn't fucking kill anybody. Like, and I would
Yeah.
totally hang out with people. I did a show.
Yeah, but that's the thing. The people who do kill they do come across like we come across still. That's
of
why it's
course,
fucked
but
up.
like what I'm saying is like I always try to think like, why do I have to think that this woman or this guy is a psychopath? Because they're nice and they're like, let's go out. Like I did this show in
Well, I was thinking
Pottstown.
it because I was literally going to where they're murdered.
Of course. But like I did a
Murdering
show,
people like me. Just happen to be at this bar, don't know the place. You're by
and he's
yourself with
telling
another
you,
person who doesn't know, and he's telling you all this. Like, I'm going to
yeah,
end up in
no,
this man's backyard.
no, you should have been worried about being murdered. But like,
For
like
sure.
I did a show in Pottstown and then like I met like a bunch of like people who were at the show across the street and like we
Mhm.
hung out like all night and it was so nice and it wasn't like this weird like, oh my god, now I'm talking to them and I'm going to end up in a trunk of, you know what I mean, like someone's car,
Mhm.
cuz it's like you always have to think like people are normal, like they're just there, you know, but it's like our society has like conditioned us that everybody's Jeffrey Dahmer and Ted Bundy, because when you were telling me that story I'm just picturing like Jeffrey Dahmer, like, yeah, man, like totally want to hang out with you again. And then like you're chloroformed in the car, you know? And it's like, but why do we think that way? Like, why can't someone just be like, cool, let's hang out and go here and do this?
Because it's
You know?
2025, dude. That's
I know,
why.
but it's sad.
It's sad. It is
I'm bringing
sad.
it back.
It is sad.
So, Joe, I got my summer tour, my spring tour, all that stuff kind of coming up. And you know me, Joe, I like to wear a nice t-shirt all the time, but I'm really trying to like jazz up my wardrobe a little bit. I'm kind of getting sick of the whole t-shirt look. So I've been thinking a lot about lately, buying nicer clothes. And I want to shop on a budget, but a little bit first class quality on that budget. So I've been shopping at Quince. Quince has lightweight shirts and shorts from $30. They got pants for any occasion. And they even have these comfortable lounge sets when I'm hanging around in my house and stuff like that. I like to lounge. So the best part is that all Quince items are priced 50 to 80% less than similar brands because they are partnering directly with top factories. So they cut out all those middleman costs and the savings come on to us. And what I like too is, me, I'm a little bit of a safe, ethical kind of guy. And I like that their factories are safe, ethical, and responsible in their manufacturing practices. So for me, I'm shopping Quince. I like the jeans. They're comfortable. I could wear them on stage. I could wear them when I teach. I could wear them when I sit on my couch because I'm one of those people that they make fun of that relaxes in jeans. So for your next trip, treat yourself to the luxe upgrades you deserve from Quince. Go to quince.com/social studies for 365 days returns plus free shipping on your order. That's QUINCE.com/social studies to get free shipping and 365-day returns. That's quince.com/social studies.
Do you want to do a quick Am I the Asshole? Or are we going to wrap it? What do you want to do?
Yeah, we'll do it. Is it a quick one?
Not really, but I think we can get through it. We'll just read it and get our heads. Am I the Asshole? You guys, send us your Am I the Assholes at patreon.com/the Social Studies Podcast. We want to get it. Am I the asshole because I didn't buy a joint birthday present for our mother in the name of me and all my siblings and our father? I have 4 brothers, 3 older, 31, 28, and 26, and 1 younger, 21. I, 24-year-old female, I'm the only daughter in the family. I wasn't raised much differently than the boys. We all do the same things around the house. We all had to learn how to cook, do laundry, and change the car tires. Of course, we all have different interests, different strengths, but of course, that also applies to the boys among themselves. One thing that's somehow a woman's job in our house, however, is organizing parties, whether it's Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, birthdays, or graduation. That includes buying presents. I think that's more because my mother simply loves it. You can see the anticipation in her face when she buys presents, how excited she is when the birthday child comes and opens the presents. She loves decorating the house, inviting people over, cooking special meals, baking cakes. For my mother, this is more of a hobby than a duty. My father leaves the joy to her, doesn't interfere, but always has our mother show him the presents beforehand because he wants to know what's inside. Well, my mother has been doing all of this for decades now. And until I was 13, she basically got nothing in return. If my father remembered to make a cake with batter mix on her birthday or buy a bouquet of flowers at the gas station, that was considered a lot. From us children, when we were all little, she would naturally receive typical children gifts, something like hand painted or crafted or something from the heart, but of course, not materially valuable. But our father still received similar gifts from us as children, so I guess that's considered fair. When I was 13, my older brothers and my father decided that I was old enough and that as the daughter, it was my job to make sure that our mother got something back after so many years without happy birthdays. First of all, fuck that, husband. Fuck that. That just pissed me off. Anyway, I decorate the house at night while she's sleeping, bake cakes, and mostly I buy big, expensive gifts to divide the price by 6, and then my brothers and my fathers give me the money. Basically, I like doing it. It's all about my mother, and she deserves it. What bothers me, though, is that the involved, in quotes, men like to praise themselves in front of my mom and other relatives, saying how much thought they put into the gifts, how much work it was to secretly decorate the house at night, and how difficult it was to learn all of this when they were only the ones receiving the gifts for years. Well, now my mom knows full and well that her sons and her husbands have no idea what gift to get them after all these years, and unfortunately, the relatives don't either. Unfortunately, I didn't quite match my mom's taste for Christmas. I bought a necklace. It wasn't difficult to fix the mistake. We went to the store a few days after Christmas and she picked out a different necklace and it was exchanged without any problems. My brothers, however, made fun of me for it, saying, "What kind of daughter are you that you can't even pick out the right necklace for your own mother?" And to this day, one of my brothers still hasn't given me their financial share of that joint Christmas present because we can't rely on me to make the gifts perfect. So, last week was my mom's birthday. Also, shout out to this person for writing this just perfectly, right?
Yeah, they are really putting in the details.
Yeah. You guys don't have to write your "Am I the assholes" like this. Last week was my mom's birthday. None of my brothers ever contacted me about the gift, never asking me for anything. As expected, they were counting on me to buy something for the big day and then they'd give me money. Instead, I just gave her a small gift just within my personal budget. I clearly handed it over in the words, "from your daughter," instead of "from your children and your husband." Yes, I wanted to accuse my brothers. I wanted to lure them into an ambush. I deliberately didn't tell anybody that this was my plan. They obviously think that they can rely on me for everything. So here's the proof. You can't. They could have asked me. They could have coordinated with me, but they didn't. And I'm not responsible for thinking of their gifts too. I knew that this would end in conflict and I would be accused of being mean and destroying our family. Whatever. I was a bit surprised, though, that my mother wasn't really behind me for this either, though. She thinks that I should have announced it. She thought that it was a shame that she ended up with almost no birthday presents. So my question is, did I go too far? Should I have communicated this clearly beforehand? Am I the asshole? You are the asshole, and you're also not the asshole.
Yeah. Let me just tell you one thing. One year for for Mother's Day, I wanted to get something special for my mom. I was 12 and I went to TJ Maxx and I was like, let me buy her pajamas. And I bought my mom lingerie. I didn't know I was a kid. And I brought it home and I was like, "Here, Mom." And my whole family was waiting around me and I opened it and my dad was like, "Yeah, that's a present for me."
Oh, no.
And I was like, "Why?" And my siblings still make fun of me to this day saying, "Remember when you bought Mom lingerie?" and my brother will be like, "Mother, I bought you lingerie. They want you to be happy." So for years we did the community gift. Like we just like found one big thing that my mom wanted, and then we all just threw in $100 or whatever it was, you know?
Mhm,
So like
mhm.
I'm with that, but then I don't remember what happened, but I think it was similar. Like I think like my sister was like, why are we doing this? Like everyone just get mom a gift. Like this is dumb. Cause like then there was some years where her gift was like $60. And then like we're all just throwing in $20. You know what I mean? We were all like working adults. So we were like, yeah, we're not gonna do that anymore. So
First of all, if doing this helps your family out of a financial situation, fantastic. If you have to do it, great. Personally, I do find it tacky because I would rather get a super thoughtful gift from somebody that's within their budget and see that they thought and like put time into it and like did this than to just throw money at the table. Like my parents also raised me too that gift cards are the most insensitive gift
mhm.
because it's like you just get a gift card and it's like go for it. There's no thought behind that. I'm like I
My
agree with
dad
that
used
too.
to say money is the cheapest gift you could give to someone. My dad used to
Totally.
always say,
But there are
because he's
times when money's appropriate, like a wedding or
no, but
graduation.
he meant like, you know, like for a Christmas or something, like he used to say, like, money's the cheap, it takes requires nothing to give money. Like it's
Yeah,
just
for
like, hey, I
sure.
worked to hand you this money.
And
Like,
I'm in a fucked up situation too because Morgan and all of my in-laws are like the most thoughtful gift givers I've ever met in my entire life. Like I'll open a gift and have to shut it because I'm like, I think I might cry. It's insane how thoughtful they are with a gift, especially my mother-in-law. The best gift giver
yeah, I
in the
remember when
world,
she
I
came
think.
to my show, she was so thoughtful.
If there's a
No, for
competition,
real. Like she
I
was
believe it.
very sweet.
If there's a gift giving competition in the world, she wins. That's it. She wins.
Yeah.
Here's the thing though. Um, is she the asshole? I'm gonna say yes. Here's why.
You should have told
You
them.
did, yeah, you did actually ruin your mom's birthday by making it about you. Like you didn't think that through. You didn't think if I'm using my mom's birthday as the catalyst for change when that's not actually the time. You're actually using her rather than celebrating her.
Mom's kind of an asshole too, though, because no offense to your mom, Patreon, but like the mom is kind of an ass because like, oh well, my mom's mad she didn't get any birthday presents. Like,
Yeah,
that's
it's kind of weird
like,
too.
come on, you're 60 plus years old, I'm sure. Like you're mad you didn't get birthday presents. Like you should be mad at your kids then, but whatever. All
But
right,
she
guys.
did also bait these kids into this. She baited her brothers and sisters because they thought they were going to go along with what they'd done for years and they didn't. Yeah, you're right. You guys, thanks for being here. We love you. Become a Patreon member at patreon.com/social studies podcast. And yeah, see me on the road, thejoedombrowski.com.
And see me on the road, GaspareRandazzo.com. Bye, guys. Thank you so much.